Greetings and welcome, agents, to another episode of Reopening the X-Files. Nate and Powell's jaunt down the X-Files road. I'm Nate, the Ultimate Movie Geek, and I'm joined once again by the enigmatic Agent Powell.
Alright, Mr. Smith, Agent Smith, whatever he's called.
Everything is inevitable. Yes, Agent Smith. We're back again for... We're coming rapidly to the end of season 1, and will this podcast get a second season? I'm not too sure. It's all down to Powell, really.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, yeah. So we're here with the first character to come back for a second episode, and we watched Tooms tonight. Another fantastic episode, in my opinion. It follows on from Squeeze. It's supposed to be a year later, but it's a good follow up, and the fact that they did this is absolutely brilliant.
I'm guessing they did this after they'd aired it and then saw how popular the initial Tooms was. I don't know, because it's part of the first series, is that right? Do you know that? Or am I ruining a fanboy fact?
Well, Tooms, no. Squeeze was a popular episode. It was...
it was about the third.
It's the third episode, and a lot of people have said that it's the episode that sold the X-Files to the wider audience and all that, so it was popular. Despite there being problems, like the director the director of Squeeze didn't understand the characterization of the characters and had disagreements with the guy who played Tooms and Mulder.
Right. I suppose it was very early on as well,
yeah.
wasn't it?
So yeah, it's early stuff, but it like I say, it was popular. But the reason why, where's he gone? Glenn Morgan decided to revisit the character was because he saw men working on an open escalator in a mall around Christmas time, and thought, "Oh, what could be living down there?" And who's the obvious character to bring back is Tooms, isn't it? Cause
I just didn't know whether it aired
probably
early.
Was.
They'd kind of saw how well it was received and then played to that. But
well, it will have been. It's quite interesting to go back to a character though.
Yeah.
For a writer, I suppose.
Do it often, do they?
No. But something like this, I suppose you've got to think about how to follow up, because I think this is a completely different episode to the other.
Yeah.
Where the other is a proper crime episode. This one, we know who the criminal is.
Yeah.
We've got to stop him from getting that final kill and disappearing for 60 or 30 years or whatever it was.
It's a bit like a Columbo episode.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
You already know what's going to happen, who it is.
So what do you think of the episode?
Yeah, I enjoyed this. I know when we reviewed Squeeze, I was mixing some of the references, because obviously we've watched them.
The plots from each episode.
And one of the things that does stand out in this for me is where he's very animalistic. Very primal.
Yes.
Primal, the urge. He's like the woman walking down the street. It's very Schindler's List. I don't know if I've said it before, but it is. Everything's black and white and everything's slowed for him. And he's just looking at her.
No.
And she's the only thing. And then Mulder's there.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can you help me find my
dog?
Find my dog. Yeah, and it's like brilliant. And he's even snarling, isn't he? He's like, it's a really good episode. I do like Tooms, and it is quite freaky deaky. You wouldn't want him living on your street, would you?
No, but what I like as well is like Mulder knows exactly what he's going to do, because I suppose he's profiled Tooms completely, and he's like, Scully says, those the old couple safe, because he's let out of the sanatorium, and he
he gets parole.
Yeah, he's in the care of this old couple,
up and does his usual. Yeah. This man's 100 years old. He's killed all these people by stretching his body.
You wouldn't do that, would you?
And they all just sort of stare at each other and release Victor Tooms.
Yeah, you'd have just focused on. He got into Scully's apartment and tried to kill her. He needs locking
Victor
up.
Tooms. Isn't he called
Eugene Victor.
Tooms?
Who did I say?
I said Victor.
Yeah, Victor. We'll call him Victor from now on. Vicky.
Vicky.
Yeah. He broke into Scully's apartment, tried to kill her. I think that's enough to keep him locked up.
Yeah, that's why he was in the prison. Yeah.
But then Mulder goes in, all guns blazing. He's a mutant that can stretch himself out like a bit of spaghetti.
He's at least this old.
Yeah, he's over 100 years old. Oh, he's been linked to so many deaths.
So yeah, he gets out, obviously.
Chill out, Mulder.
Yeah, he gets out, goes to the parole home with the older couple.
Yeah, and like Scully says, are they safe? And Mulder's like, well, yeah, he's not going to shit on his own doorstep. To paraphrase what he says.
I don't think he says that though, does he? Well, I know what you mean.
Scully, he's not going to shit on his own doorstep, alright? Bloody hell. Yeah. In 4 seasons, you're going to become a genius.
You'll know all this.
Yeah, you'll know all this. And you'll be able to find cures for everything.
Is he a psychiatrist? I can't remember what he is. He's proper creepy, that guy, isn't he?
The lawyer?
Yeah, the psychiatric guy.
Is
he his lawyer? I thought it was his psychiatrist.
No, I thought it was his lawyer.
Oh, Christ, we're doing
no, I tell you, I wish you looked at me like Tooms looks at his lawyer. I tell you. Oh.
I know that
he's
bit.
Gazing, isn't he?
That bit
Loves
in
it.
the parole thing, and he's just like staring at him, and it is like everything's a bit misty.
Could be his parole officer, actually. Yeah, it will be his parole officer. What am I on about? Oh, that was so stupid, though. He attacks because he's hunting, and he goes into someone's house and tries to get this guy who's followed.
Yeah.
And that's a good scene. I enjoy that because it's all about Mulder trying to keep up for him.
Puts you on the edge as well, doesn't it? Because like.
He's coming up the toilet.
His wife's there. They've got a young baby.
Yeah.
Something's going on with the toilet, and it's like, oh no, where's he coming in from?
But you pointed out as well, like the guy's not doing anything in that house.
He's a right lazy shit. Like his wife was like just running around doing a tea, seeing to the kids, sorting the toilet out because the toilet was playing up.
But he's inputting numbers on his computer box.
Yeah, and then she's like, the doorbell rings. She's like, oh, can you get that? And he's like, yeah. Like,
what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I'd left him for Tooms personally, but
but what I'm he's not able to do it because Mulder's foiled him all the way, and then Tooms frames Mulder for beating the shit out of him, and that's a good scene as well because he's in it. But he could just kill Mulder, couldn't he?
Mulder's asleep in front of a Vincent Price movie, isn't he?
It's The Fly.
Quite aptly, and you see the screws coming out of the vents. You're like, oh no, he's going to kill Mulder. Oh my god,
he's not.
Mulder, he's in the boot, he's going to get him. And he doesn't. He's really clever.
Yeah, he is.
And he scratches his face in the apartment. So there's like
dislocates his shoulder.
Yeah, takes his boot and
dislocates his jaw as well.
In the face. And then pretend he's found a few blocks away from Mulder's house.
But even like the naming of Mulder as the guy who's beating him up, he you don't hear it. He whispers it, and every movement that oh god, what's he called? Doug Hutchinson does is amazing. You believe that he is this animal.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's very well acted. Yeah. He's very, very good. He's that very reserved.
Yes, very.
Killer.
I think he's
very quiet, and you'd meet him and you'd think, there's no way he wouldn't harm a thing.
When he you wouldn't even harm a fly. When he's leaving the sanitarium.
You like that word, don't you?
I don't know which
asylum.
word. One of them.
Asylum might be easier.
And he walks past Mulder, and he just smiles at him. You want to smack him in the face, don't you? But from great acting to some pretty awful acting is when the parole officer's in Tooms' room, and he's like, "You doing some paper mache? Oh, it's good to have art." And then Tooms goes to shut the door, and he's like, "What are you doing, Eugene? What are you doing?
Are you okay, Eugene?
Are you okay?"
Yeah, it's very open the puppy door.
Yeah.
It's very, very like that. It's very strange.
Like I turned to you when we were watching it earlier, and I was like, "Please stop, Eugene. You're pulling out my liver. Stop, stop."
Yeah, he kind of he didn't deserve to die, but yeah, you knew it was coming, and he was a bit strange. But yeah, it's good, and obviously
he's a psychologist.
The scene building up to where they're going to try and get him because they've realised he's now got that liver, his final liver that he needs to hibernate. So they go to, is it Chester Street? I can't think where he lived.
I can't remember anymore.
And they go to his house that they found.
It's been torn down, hasn't it?
And it's been torn down. It's a big like shopping mall now.
Yeah.
So they kind of start looking around it, and then they go under, don't they?
Well, they're going up to a storeroom, and he like you do think, why would he go up when he's trying to hibernate? You won't go anywhere that you're going to be found, even though people need to fix those
where do
escalators.
You go? You literally
go under.
You go underground, don't you?
Going underground.
Going underground. Going underground. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll get copyright for that, won't we?
Oh yeah.
No.
Not for my singing, no.
But yeah, it's a good ending. It's a good episode, I think. And I think it's one of the best episodes that highlight Mulder and Scully's relationship when they're sitting in the car.
Yeah.
And she brings him a sandwich and all that sort of stuff, and he says to her, if it's iced tea in there, it must be love.
Yeah. And said it's going to be fair, it's root beer. See, I'd have married her there and then if it was me. Root beer. Iced tea? Well, come on, Mulder. Is he having a laugh?
That's it? I think
who drinks iced tea?
I think he knew it wasn't iced tea.
Yeah, but who drinks iced tea?
Can't, that is shitting on your own doorstep. You can't go off with your partner, can you?
No.
Because how would you work together? She's got to have his back.
Awkwardly.
Right? If that breaks up badly, right?
She'll leave him to it.
And like there's a fucking squid monster coming at you, she might shoot you instead of shooting the monster.
Well, she wouldn't just shoot the monster and let the monster get you.
No, she wouldn't see the fucking monster though.
No,
it's Scully.
Wouldn't. She wouldn't.
She'd be unconscious.
She'd turn around.
Turn it round, yeah.
Last minute and miss it all.
Scully, you stay here. Oh my god, it's a squid monster. Oh, we're going off. Anyway, guess what time of the show it is? Time of the show, part of the time, part.
Shut up. Fanboy facts.
Fanboy facts. Fanboy facts. It's fanboy facts time.
Oh my god. It's getting worse.
Yeah, it is. Well, this episode, and I didn't realise that this was the only episode that he's in, is Walter Skinner's debut appearance, and it's his only appearance in the first season.
Yeah, he didn't come back till later on, did he?
No.
Yeah.
Mitch Pileggi.
I like him. He's buff.
You don't expect
it.
It's weird seeing him.
You don't expect it.
My
He's like
God.
A little old man.
Right? There was one episode that we recently watched. It's a really good one, actually. It's the Bumblebee episode. It's series 4.
Series 4. Gets his kit off.
He's down in fucking undies.
Tidy whities. Proper buff.
Proper buff.
Who knew?
You understand why he's down to his tidy whities.
Yeah. He's better body than Mulder.
I think he has.
Yeah, he has.
I'm saying he has.
We're getting really high pitched.
What are we doing?
So yeah, first Skinner and first talking part in it for
yes.
Smoking.
Oh, you reading my fanboy facts?
No, sorry, no, I wasn't. But continue.
You have the lot. You do the fanboy facts.
No, you.
No, I'll do. For his final scenes, Doug Hutchinson performed nude, but in the script, Tooms was supposed to be emerged from his cocoon wearing his animal control uniform. Which do you think was better, uniform or nude?
Nude, because he was cocooning and
cocooning himself.
Thingy first.
Hutchinson thought it made no sense coming out in a uniform, so he did it nude.
Yeah, no, he's right. Good on him.
I agree. That's commitment.
It is.
No, I mean, you danglers out. It's the first time that the cigarette smoking man has any on-screen lines. I don't think that's true, even though he was credited as the CIA agent in Fish Hand or whatever it was. He did hit you. You do hear him speak.
Yeah, but you don't. He's through the window and he's sort of mouthing stuff while having a fag.
You still hear him. We hear him.
No,
we hear him when we're in the room.
Yeah, but he's not a cigarette smoking man.
But he is cigarette smoking man. That's the point.
I beg to differ. Go on.
You differ. You begging. He only has 3 words though. Course I do.
Yeah.
Not course I do. Course I do. It's where because
I do.
Skinner is reading the final report, and he asks the cigarette smoking man if he believes it, and obviously he does because he knows everything.
He's seen this shit before.
Yeah, he has. The bile-like substance coating Tooms and his nest was actually yellow piping gel, which stuck to the cast members' skin and pulled out their hair upon removal.
What a good wax then, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, it does look waxy, actually. Hi. In this episode, Scully calls Mulder Fox. Right, this is a brilliant fanboy fact. In fact, you know, I'm going to tweet this fanboy fact later. Right? For the first, Scully calls Mulder Fox for the last time in the famous conversation of the car. Right? She won't do it again until the episode Home Again, 22 years later.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know, mental. She shouldn't use his first name. Among other things, this episode is famous because the conversation of the car. As far as the fans clearly read the subtext in it, as Scully telling Mulder that she loved him because this iced tea is synonymous of love of the fandom. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, let's move on. The last scene in which Mulder says he feels something is about to change is a spooky foreshadowing of the things that will soon come. That's not a fanboy fact, really, is it?
No.
Sorry. This is let me see this one. The episode's climactic scene in the shopping mall where Tooms had made his nest was filmed in City Square Mall, Vancouver. Any Vancouverians listening? Give us a shout out. Shooting at this location required the permission of every store owner on the premises.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. They obviously got it though.
Obviously.
When Mitch Pileggi attended the audition for Skinner, he had been in a grumpy mood and had allowed his small amount of hair to grow back because he shaved his head. Pileggi's attitude fit well with the character of Skinner, causing Carter to assume that the actor was only pretending to be grumpy.
But he wasn't. He was
let's face it,
one.
How many times in this series does he sound like he's fucking angry?
Yeah, stop swearing. But
Sorry,
yeah, he does.
I am swearing a lot tonight.
You are. He's quite a cross little individual, isn't he?
He's not little, is he? He's massive.
No,
like
that may be why. Maybe he's on the roids.
Yeah.
Steroids make you angry, don't they?
Yeah, and Mulder's the one who annoys him so much. And that, my friends, is the end. The end of Fanboy Facts.
Oh, nice
Dun,
one.
dun.
You finished?
I'm finished, yeah.
Nice one.
Good episode.
Yeah, it's a good episode. It's
very good episode.
Almost
perfect episode.
Iconic within the X-Files.
I think it is
the
iconic.
Escalator.
Yeah.
The escalator thing. Everyone knows the escalator shot.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there would be more stuff on the escalators and that. It wouldn't just be a quick blood, but...
That was a point. I didn't write that down, but they had to be careful with the amount of blood.
Well, obviously it's a
fake
shopping
blood they
centre,
used,
isn't
yeah.
it, that they're using.
You don't want a massive stain on the escalators for
No.
shoppers to see.
No, it's scary.
Yeah.
Be like what you tell our kids and...
Oh,
Four-finger
right.
Freddy
So
or
if
whatever
kids
you
are
say.
starting to piss around in shops, right? I tell them the story. Have you ever heard of the story of Escalator Eddie? Escalator Eddie was messing around with the escalator one day, and he got dragged up.
Even our kids know though that you.
Yeah,
just
they're
totally...
like, you're lying, Dad. You're lying. I was like, no, I went to school with Escalator Eddie.
You even do an impression of him.
I can't do that on a.
No, you can't. You just cover your arm up, don't you?
Escalator Eddie. Yeah. It was weird though that his parents called him Escalator Eddie even before the accident. Odd.
Jeez Louise, come on, let's wrap this one up. You're going into dad jokes. You're going into dad joke area.
Oh yeah. So anyway, that's the end of this episode of reopening the X-Files. We're getting close to the end, my friends. It's quite scary because I want to go straight into season 2, but I don't know. How about you?
Yeah, we'll see. Because we're always up late recording these because obviously it's hard work trying to both work full time and deal with the kids and do everything else that life has. And we're generally up about 11:30 filming these.
Yeah, filming. We're just recording
these.
We'll do some filming, don't worry. All right. Well, nice I will call it a day then. I'm going to call it a day.
Must be fate, Mulder. Root beer. You're delirious. Go home and get some sleep.
Here, take my sandwich. I only had one bite. You're gonna want it later, believe me. And you'll call me if anything happens, immediately. I'll be here. Oh, and 11:30, station 790. Pete Rose late night sports talk radio show.
Alright, follow us on Twitter at Movie Ultimate, Facebook, Instagram, all that jazz at Ultimate Movie Geek. Subscribe on YouTube at The Ultimate Movie Geek. And remember, watch the stars, look at the skies, see those EBEs out there. The truth is out there.
I made this.
You read this report? Do you believe them? Of course I do.